I'm going to share with you two of my favorite Google tips, which is the preview feature and the force a copy feature, which you can use in Google Docs, Slides, Sheets, and Forms. Let's get started. So over here, I have a Google Doc with some content here. And what I want to do first is I want to share this as a preview version. So folks can't make copies or edit on my original document. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can share this with others. Like right now, if you look at this, it's there's this lock over here. It says private to only me. And if you come over here, you can see it says only you can access it. So you can change it so that anyone with the link can view it, edit, or comment. So if you want to share it out so folks can view it, that's great. You can do that. And when you save that, you can add people's names in here and invite them. Just make sure that you have this as a view option. You can always change that later on too. So we're just going to close out of here. So I want you to see over here, we have all of our different menu items here when we're in editing mode. But let's say I want to share this out so that anyone with the link can preview this. So I'm going to go up to the top here. You see where it says edit right over here. I'm going to delete the word edit and I'm going to type in lowercase letters the word preview. I'm going to copy that link. And in a new window, I'm just going to pop that in here. You can see in preview mode, you don't have all of those different menu items and someone can't type on here. So I'm trying to, they might highlight things, but they can't change anything on here. They can just view what you have. This is the same thing that they'll have in view mode, but I like this because you can just make a really clean version of a document. It's really helpful. So how else might you use this feature? So let's go back. This is our original document. I'm just going to refresh this. So we still have that edit up there. And let's say I've made this and I want others to make a copy of it. And maybe I sent it out in a view mode and I said to them, you can make a copy, but I'm getting lots of people asking me, how do I make a copy? How do I know where this is? And just like kind of confused about it. So what I do is I share this out and I've deleted the word edit and I've typed in the word copy. I've made sure that anyone with the link can view this. And I'm going to go to a new window. I'm going to type that in and it comes up here. It says copy the document. Would you like to make a copy of copy and preview? And you can say yes to that. You can make a copy. That's the only way you can view it at this point. And if you see, you have all of these menu items here and this person now owns it, which means over here it says it's private to that person who's seen this. That means that they can type on here. So I'm going to type lots of things. But if we go back to our original document over here, you can see that nothing has changed on here. So this is a document that that person owns and any changes they make to it, that's, this is their document now that they own that. So the other feature I really like is using this when in Google Slides. So let's go to a Google slide and remember the first thing you want to do is share this so that anyone with the link can view. Okay, so that's really important. I always like to test these links first before I share them out widely so that I make sure that they work. So right now, anyone with the link can view this. So we're going to come up here and you see the word edit. We're going to just come back over here and we're going to put in copy. So let's say we want to have others be forced to make a copy of this slide deck. You can see they can copy this and they will own a copy of what you've shared with them. So any changes that you make on your document are not going to be changed, or on this slide deck or document, it's not going to be changed for that person. They own their own copy. So let's say I delete this here. This is a copy that this person owns. It's not shared with anyone else. I go back to my original over here and you can see nothing is changed. So lastly, I'm going to show you this preview feature and how I use this with Google Slides a lot. So I'm going to come over here and I want to show you what this looks like in preview mode. It almost looks like a website. It's really neat. So over here, look at this. It looks like its own website and you can add links in here that would be clickable for others. So let's take a look at a link that we may want to add. So let's say for this book, 50 Plus Tech Tools, I want to include a link to that on Amazon. So let's say 50 Plus Tech Tools. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to snap up that link. I'm going to go to my original document where I can edit, and I'm just going to add a link to that here. So this is linked over here. So I'm just going to refresh this since I've added a link over here. So let's say you share this out with your students or your colleagues. If they click on that, you can see that it's a link there. You can add hyperlinks and lots of other features as well. But what I really like about this is that it does very much look like its own website. And then as a slide deck, you can just, if I had more slides, people can scroll through them. So I really like sharing my slides in preview mode. Now, if you wanted to make the slides different sizes, so it might take up more of the screen, you would just go down to page settings and, whoops, let me go over here, file or page setup. And right now, these are the dimensions I have, but you can play around and you can customize the size if you wanted to take up a little bit more of the screen, like if you wanted to get rid of this part here and actually have it fill the entire screen, you can do that as well. Just play around with those sizes. So again, you can use this with slides in the same way, with sheets and with forms. Just be aware that when you're sharing it out, and sometimes in forms I think it helps to just copy this link, but just make sure that you have it so that anyone with the link can view this. Otherwise they're going to get some error messages. And remember that you always want to test the links before you share them out with others. Hope that helps. This has been a really useful tip for me. Again, I use it all the time, and if you're looking for some other tech tips, you can check out 50 Plus Tech Tools for School Counselors.